I was so impressed by Marvel in the way that they executed this character. I was just saying, I feel like the execution of this character has gone further than any comic book iteration of it. And just by seeing the maquette, you see that this is a real live, breathing character with a lot of dimension. You really get the sense that these are misfits in the way that we all are. And the way that they come together is the way that we all want to come together with people, and we all want to relate. And simple concepts like friendship and friends. He's a guy that starts in this movie with, in essence, the quintessential best friend, with his relationship with Rocket, that's complex. And it's interesting how in this movie, even with his best friend, he's learning things about him. You can see his enthusiasm about taking this film and going beyond expectations. It's amazing how successful the Marvel Universe has been, and to see someone like James that is committed to trying to break the mold is inspiring and always a blessing as an artist to work with. Initially, I hadn't heard much about the character of Groot, and Marvel had sent over a book of conceptual art and said, we have this really interesting and great idea, and we want you to take a look at it. And they sent over the book of conceptual art, a big book. And I am coming home after being at the office, and I go to see my kids, and I open up the book to the double truck image, and I say to the kids, what character do you think they want Daddy to play? And I expected, the cool gun character or the big muscle character. They chose the tree. They immediately pointed at the tree. And I thought there was something interesting about that. I thought that this character has the potential to touch people in a way, to reach people in a way that none of the other characters I've ever played before have. I'm lucky because there is such a great ensemble cast. The actors in the movie, the acting in the movie, the portrayal of characters is so fun that it was kind of, in some ways easy for me to play off of what I was watching on screen. I had the luxury of being able to see their performances and reactions, and I was able to either answer their performance or set up their performance. And really interesting experience. It's a really interesting experience, and I'm really kind of so grateful that so many minds, so many great creative minds came together to work on a character. I've always fantasized about learning every single language in the world and bringing the intonations and nuances to each territory, to every theater in the world. That's our fantasy, right? If you're going to go and see a movie that I've made in any theater, you will feel what I hope to bring to that experience. We have people, language coaches from all over the world that have been in the booth via phone, satelliting from Russia, from China, from Brazil, from France, from Mexico, and they're all kind of listening to every single take, and they're hearing how precious we are about every single take. And there's a certain process because you want to learn the correct way to pronunciate something, the correct way to pronounce in whatever language, I am Groot or whatever, and then you want to kind of dirty it up without losing the translation. So you want to kind of, there's the second part of it. Once you know how to say it, how do you beat up the line to allow the line to accommodate each specific scene? The character feels like it's filled with promise and mystery, and it feels like there's something. It feels like the audience is going to be with Groot for a long time, because just his presence promises some kind of wisdom that if we stick around, we'll get. When you're watching the movie, you see the expertise of Marvel. And at the same time, you feel like you're on this explorer's vessel going into new territory.